the middle of the day.
Yeah, I don't even think Maddie posted about it to this morning. I told her
It's
about
on
it.
Instagram.
Oh, it is? All right, great. Well,
Yeah, and I put it in my story.
We're already 21 minutes late then.
Right, we're the worst.
We are the worst.
What is happening?
Do you have like a time limit? Like, am I like
No.
just eating up your available time? All right. You're working?
I get early Fridays in summer. So I'm done by 1 o'clock.
Oh,
so
nice.
actually in 38 minutes, I'm done.
Love it, dude.
But I knew I would be done by like 11. I got up a little earlier, got what I had to do done. And now, now the day is mine. After this, all I'm going to do is go to the pool.
Oh, nice. We have friends coming into town this weekend. Today, actually.
Oh, yeah?
So we've been cleaning the house and stuff. Yeah. Charlie.
Oh, Charlie Essers.
Charlie Essers and his family are coming up here. And
that's fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
What do you have planned for them?
Nothing, which stresses me out.
Most.
Yeah. Well, we got the hot tub and we have a bunch of games.
Oh, that'll be hours of fun.
And Charlie doesn't drink, but his wife does, and his kids are like 17, so I'm sure they don't drink in front of their parents. And, but I don't know. We'll see. The hard part is we have too many people for one car, and I don't think they want to drive, so we can go like for a hike up in the foothills. But I told them, I was like, there's literally no shade because it's foothills. So, that it depends on how hot it is, but we could do that, or we could just hang and eat. That's basically the plan, I think. Just hang out, eat, play some games. They're going to play with Alice. Like, it'll be,
Yeah,
fun.
just hang out weekend. That's always good. You don't have to have a ton of plans.
Yeah. Brian, what's up, dude? Yeah, sorry.
You should make your gumbo.
Ooh, I could make gumbo. I should tell Taryn. I'm going to make, tonight I'm going to make pork loin in the sous vide. So I'll make that for dinner. And then we're doing pizzas.
Oh, I bet that's going to be good. Pork loin in the sous vide.
Should do gumbo. That's a good idea, Jeremy.
You're welcome. Your weekend is made.
Hey, Taryn,
I was thinking about the night
store and
that
get stuff for gumbo. Yeah.
I was thinking about the night that Brad made all those different drinks for us, like the grasshopper and everything.
Yeah.
And I learned that there's a drink called a pink squirrel, and I don't think that was one of the drinks that he made for us, but he should next time.
What is it?
I don't remember. We were talking. I was out to dinner with some friends, and we were talking about like old timey drinks, and the grasshopper came up, and then my friend's father was like, "Well, and there was one called the pink squirrel," and I was like, "Pink squirrel." I only knew that because that's a drink that Crystal on Roseanne ordered at the Lobo Lounge one night when she was trying to get drunk because the guy had dumped her.
At the Lobo Lounge?
Yeah, and I thought that was
Lounge?
a fake made-up drink. So as it turns out, the pink squirrel is a real drink. I think it has.
It has a lot in common with the Brandy Alexander and the Grasshopper, each containing cream de cacao and cream. But this cocktail differs in its inclusion of cream de Noyaux, Noyaux.
No.
I mean, yeah, it sounds French, but then when you say it, it sounds Japanese.
Well, that's my Japanese accent kicking in.
A once popular but relatively forgotten liqueur from the 19th century. It's similar to amaretto, but has a singular herbal meets bitter almond flavor. Yeah, I guess like it was like such an uncommon liqueur even back then that like no one has it anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it seems people don't even really keep like like the average bar wouldn't even have creme de menthe on hand generally now, right?
Correct. Yeah, and right, unless you go to like a dive bar and I think I think they're just so not used to that kind of stuff. But that's why I love that Trader Vic's handbook, a bartender's guide, because it's from 1930s or 40s or something like that. And it's just all these disgusting cocktails, but it's stuff that you've never heard of. You can't just go to a bar and order a, Mr. Fizzle or whatever. I don't know, whatever it is. But back then people would know what that is, or at least they could look in the book because it was just a common like thing. But also I think as cocktails progress, you can take this, pink squirrel and substitute amaretto. amaretto for the creme de noix, and then call it the, purple squirrel.
Yeah.
So no one would ever know. I don't know.
No one knows, guys.
That's for sure. Matt, what's up, brother? Matt has designed our, if you're a Patreon, which I don't know who I'm talking to, our tiki glasses, our new Mai Tai glasses, which I'll probably put live today on Etsy.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I think Matt did a really good job. And they're not holiday related. They're just nice and sunshiny.
Well, it's nice to have an everyday core item to
round
out your assortment.
Bro, that's my water glass. That's my wine glass. I use those glasses all the time.
That's great.
I
only use mine for special occasions.
Oh. Well, considering how you treat your water glasses, I would imagine that's a good thing. Yeah, that's what they're for. They're disposable.
I've broken 2 in the last 2 weeks. And I have to go. Now I'm like, I got to go to TJ Maxx and get some new ones straight away.
All right. Should we start the show, Jer?
Start it up.
All right, let's go. All right, everyone, welcome back. It's another episode of Ears Up in Depth with myself and the comparably handsome Jeremy from SpectroRadio.us. Jeremy, how are you, man?
Thank you. I'm feeling comparably excited.
Well, that's good. Considering I'm at an 11 for excitement, out of 50. I feel that's a good. Our vibes match.
This is weird. It's very early in the morning for you.
It really is. It's 9:28 specifically on a Friday morning, and it's very odd. But I like it.
Well, I think this is nice.
I think it's nice too, because otherwise I would just be editing other shows and playing video games. So I'd rather be talking than like the backup work it takes. Yeah, that stuff sort of grinds me down a little bit.
Sometimes that's how I feel about, like, if I go over to the theme parks and I Shazam a bunch of music, it takes weeks for me to actually buy it and then put it onto the station.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the excitement. It's like, I got this song, all this new music. And then it's like, oh, now I got to go home and like format it and convert it and upload it and label it and tag it. And that takes a long time.
Yeah.
Well, doing work.
It's sort of just like dating versus being in a relationship. It's just being on the pull is cool. You're like, yeah, I got this person's phone number. Great. And then you got to call them.
Did you say being on the pole?
Pull. Pull. Pull.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like you have an odd way of attracting dates.
Well, yeah.
Get on the pole, Jason. It's date time.
I stand on the maypole, and all the women that I've seen during the day parade around, and whoever does that gets me.
It's an interesting courting ritual you developed. I can't believe Taryn fell for it.
It's ancient Greek. I mean, what am I going to do, Taryn skipped the line.
Okay.
I don't know. Whatever. We do have Disney news for you, oddly enough, which is very cool. Jeremy, the ever-present question, who goes first, brother?
Oh, yeah. We started a half hour late and didn't knock out the most important question.
No, we were being chums, dude.
We were chumming it up. I'll go.
All right.
Well, things are moving forward. And if you are a foodie, or at least someone who enjoys the ambience of restaurants at Disney World, there is good news coming your way, but also some bad news.
Oh, no.
Okay.
You take the good, you take the bad.
You can have your sugar, but you're going to have to take your medicine.
Yeah.
The fan favorite restaurant Ohana at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort has received its official reopening date following an extended closure, the result of not only the COVID-19 pandemic, but an extensive refurbishment of that hotel, which continues but is expected to be completed this summer. So people have been dying for Ohana to reopen.
Oh, man.
It's like, come on. Although the cool thing is, because Ohana's been closed, there's the bar that's right next to Ohana, which is called the Tambu Lounge.
Okay.
Which never really had enough seating. It was so annoying. You'd go and you'd be like, oh, we can stand or we can like take away, whatever. Tambu Lounge was using the Ohana space as like overflow seating. So it was like you could go to Tambu no matter how crowded it was and get a table. It was wonderful because of all the Ohana space. So that's over. But
yeah,
happily, Ohana is now scheduled to be reopening on July 9th, which is less than a month away. Ohana's beloved family-style character breakfast will return, though for now without characters. Instead, a strolling musician will entertain guests. Normally, guests would enjoy some of their favorite Disney characters visiting their tables, including those from Lilo and Stitch, of course, because they are, their story is
sure. They're
Hawaiian.
They're Hawaiian in nature. Yeah, that's right.
Ohana will return with an all-you-can-eat family-style dinner that will include steak, roasted chicken, sausage, island shrimp casserole, and fried rice. Fans, however, are not pleased. Users on Twitter were quick to point out that the menu is missing the legendary yakisoba noodles that were a staple at Ohana. And they made their voices heard on Twitter, as they are often want to do.
Yeah.
Megs Almighty says, Disney announcing the return of Ohana, but they gave the axe to the noodles. Monsters. Absolute monsters.
In my heart, I want to believe that person is 100% serious.
Right. I don't
It's not just being dramatic on Twitter, but I want them to think like they're just literal monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, there are some people who I think are really bothered by it. I think Megs is being a little tongue planted firmly in cheek.
That's right.
But there was quite a bit of an outpouring, and someone called Into the Thick of It wasn't having it. Into the Thick of It said, quote, I'm really not for it today. It's about to be 8 a.m. and I am not about to argue with grown adults about some noodles at all. That's not even a Polynesian dish. In the middle of a pandemic, still be grateful you can go at all. Disney fans known for their virtual activism took things a step further from just tweeting, though, naturally starting the obligatory change.org petition that has so far garnered a puny 340 signatures as of yesterday, imploring Disney to bring back the famous noodle dish. You have to put in a little blurb on the change.org thing. So here's some of what it said. On June 8th, Disney fan received great news. Ohana at Disney World's blah, 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 reopening back up. This is fantastic, especially for cast members. They get to return to their job. Most likely you love the yakisoba noodles. With the new announcement came news that the glorious noodles will not be coming back. We still have time to change this. How do you know that?
Still have time. Right, exactly.
What does that even mean? Like, what timeline? Oh, guys, we've got time, but we only have like 3 days.
Yeah.
This past year has taken so much from so many people, and this really is nothing in the grand scheme of things. Okay, thank you for that. At least, you got a dose of reality that this is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
However, it is something that people really enjoyed and was a huge part of the dinner experience at the restaurant, which also what? It's one dish.
Yeah.
You could conceivably have gone there and not eaten that and still had a wonderful night at Ohana.
Right.
We understand that some things have to change, but does this really have to be one of them? We are asking our friends at Disney who are in charge of the food selections at their restaurants, which was misspelled, to please reconsider and bring back the yakisoba noodles. Please sign today. Thank you. So,
this year's taken so much from us.
We've all suffered. Haven't we suffered enough?
Yeah, I just imagine for other people, it's like, well, not having these soba noodles is a direct equivalent to, I don't know, losing your housing.
Yeah, or your mother dying of COVID. Like, oh man, talk about kicking us while we're down.
Yeah, the psychological long-term impact of having to be afraid of the air for a year and a half. It's the same thing as not having yucky soba noodles or whatever they're called.
Right.
Yeah, good job.
Right. But that's not the only news happening for foodies.
Okay, go ahead.
It looks like the long-awaited Space 220 restaurant headed to Epcot's World Discovery neighborhood. World Discovery? I don't know what it's called. Neighborhood is back on track with an opening planned for this fall. How do we know? Well, the Patina Restaurant Group, the operator of the new restaurant, last week posted several open positions for hire as they begin hiring staff to open the restaurant. The restaurant was originally planned to open adjacent to the Mission Space attraction in 2019, but construction delays and then the pandemic ground the progress to a halt. And for many months, we had no idea what was to become of Space 220. The concept of Space 220 is a restaurant 220 miles above Epcot in outer space that is wrapped in a 250-foot curved projection screen that will recreate the feeling of dining at a restaurant in outer space.
I'm looking forward to that. That'll be cool.
I do think that's going to be very, very cool. So if you've been waiting for Space 220, it's heading our way soon. That's food news happening over at Walt Disney World.
That's funny that you're talking about online activism because I'm going to get this person on the show. I want to have this person as a guest, so this is why I'm I'm reading this. But you and I both follow this account, Grease in Disney.
Yeah, I only follow it because one of our listeners keeps sending me screenshots. She knows who she is.
Yeah.
She keeps sending me screenshots of it, so I was like, I'm just going to give it a follow.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, hell yeah, because she's Greek.
Oh, yeah.
And so she sent it to me because I'm Greek. And I'm like...
I had a feeling you'd received a few of these.
Oh, for sure.
She's great. I love that.
Oh, it's amazing. And it's a cool concept. Basically, it's like this person is being an activist online to have a Grease pavilion in Epcot, which I don't understand either, but also... over here in Anaheim, we don't even have Grease in Small World. So at least you guys have Grease in Small World over there, don't you?
That's absolutely right. We do.
Yeah. So what's going on? But anyway, speaking of being outraged, this was their last Instagram post. I won't read the whole thing because it's a ramble. But this person's going to be so good on the show. I really need to reach out. A time to vent. Where is everyone's Greek pride? We started this petition 2 years ago to get Greece a pavilion in Disney World and have only 2,600 signatures. How is that possible?
That's more than I would have thought.
Me too. There are over 7 million Greeks globally. We have reached out to many Greek celebrities and Greek organizations and were promised support for our cause and then never heard back. That is disheartening. Why are Greeks not supporting a pavilion in Disney World? Why are we not as tight-knit as other nationalities? Where is everyone's pride? Did we forget our history? Have we become complacent? Or is that Greeks in general just don't care? And it just goes on and on and on. And I just love it so much.
Well, the thing is, I don't understand the comparison because this person is saying, like, are we not as tight-knit as other? It's like, are there all these other countries banding together, really making strides towards success and getting their pavilion added? Like, I don't know what this is. Like,
we're just not big on cyberbullying, I guess, enough to get anything done. But I love it. I got to interview this person. I really do.
Didn't realize that they were serious. I thought this was like a joke.
I didn't think it was a joke, but I did think it was like a passion project. But I feel like, look, add too many straws and it's going to break the camel's back, so to speak. So I feel like this person, after 2 years of advocating for a Grease pavilion, has just had it up to here. They're just done with it.
Yeah, they're done.
But to be honest, I haven't signed the petition, so
neither.
Because I know it doesn't do anything. If we had 2,601 signatures, it's not going to make Bob Chapek go, huh? Okay, maybe now we should think about this because they've thought about it.
Well, they're petitioning the wrong people. It's really not Disney. You've got to petition the Greek government. The Greek government and their, Department of Tourism should approach Disney World and say, we'd like to build a Parthenon right here.
Yeah, the Thilomatakas.
I think Disney would be like, sure. I'm sure they would figure something out. But I don't know that, most governments don't have the money for that kind of thing these days.
Especially not the Greek government, kidding me?
No, they almost completely collapsed a few years ago.
Yeah. You got to go to the Thilomatakas.
Weren't they going to have to
go.
leave the euro? I feel like they were like going to have to go back to whatever their old currency was.
I think
so.
The
drachma,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. There you go.
I think they've pulled it together though since they've sort of figured that out. But yeah,
I just made up a Greek word and I was really happy with it. Sounded real.
I wonder if Yanni is aware of this.
Well, she tags the poor guy in like everything, I think, and that's what she was talking about.
Do you know that it's a she?
No, I'm gendering this person. I don't know why.
Probably because it was a lady who informed us of it, so you may be making that association.
Yeah, but also I mean, Greek men, at least in my family, just don't really care about anything. It's like the Greek women who drive everything in the family. So I feel like this is very much like a passion project.
I wonder how the Greek and Disney account feels, because there was some semblance of Greek in Epcot when at least Yanni's music was playing in several areas. But even now with all the renovations, now you can't even hear any Yanni music in Epcot. So
really?
It's absolutely devoid of any Greek influence now.
Wow.
So they're going in the wrong direction.
Except all of the storytelling that's going on, because the Greeks invented the proper way to tell stories and drama. So, there's that.
That's true. It's represented in Spaceship Earth.
There you go.
There's the Greek section, but it's not. It used to be talking about drama, but it's actually a guy teaching the intriguing new subject called mathematics.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Well, let's stay on the food path a little bit here, Jer. Recently, the Disney Parks blog posted that a bunch of new places to eat in Disneyland are opening soon. Oga's Cantina will open on June 17th, and you can start bookings for there on June 14th. So that'll be exciting. Get people back in there and listen to DJ R3X. I don't know, whatever, spin those tunes. You can go to the Lamplight Lounge. That opens July 9th with, again, bookings starting June 14th, but only for Friday, Saturday, Sunday brunch. So starting a little slow, which I guess I don't understand. Why not just make it during the weekday, or from maybe they're having a hard time on weekends, so they want people to space out more on weekends?
Right.
I don't know. That's interesting to me. The Tiki Juice Bar, I don't even know where that is. It's mobile order, June 17th. Docking Bay 7 in Star Wars Land, opening June 17th. Alien Pizza Planet, again, 17th. Apparently everything's opening on the 17th. Rancho del Zocalo, opening on June 17th. The best place to go. Candy Palace is opening on Mondays and Fridays, apparently. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff opening in Disney, in downtown Disney. Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen has new stuff, so you go check that out. There's a French toast churro at California Churro, served with a side of maple syrup, which I don't know. Sure,
it's gross.
Yeah, whatever. But that's new stuff happening over at Disney World. So things are sort of coming back together. There's more food options coming along, and all hail Rancho.
Okay, well, food is happening, I guess.
Food is happening. It's like we need it or something. It's weird.
Well, it is a nice thing to do. Sometimes you don't want to go on every attraction, but you want to have a bite to eat and walk around.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my big thing right now, is because now that we don't have to wear masks outdoors, you can walk around World Showcase with a beer in your hand, sipping it. It used to be, so you had to stop, drink your beer, and then you could move again. Now you can just walk around drinking and eating.
Man.
Wonderful.
Sipping and biting.
Yeah, having some sips and some bites.
Don't get me started.
Well, all is not well in the skies above Walt Disney World. The Disney World Skyliner has suffered from another crash.
Uh-oh.
If you haven't been there since the Skyliner opened.
No,
right?
No, but I do have fond memories of the Skyliner in Disneyland, or I'm confusing that with the effectively the same thing in Great America. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
For the third time since its late 2019 opening, gondolas on Disney's Skyliner transportation system have crashed causing more delays and damage. This time, the crash took place at the Epcot International Gateway Station. Thankfully, no one appears to have been injured, and the system faced only a brief shutdown. So I guess that's kind of better than what's happened before. The first crash came just days after the debut of the new system in October 2019, when gondola crashed into each other at the Riviera Resort stop. The crash caused damage to several gondolas and forced an extended shutdown of the entire system. Guests were stuck hanging in cars awaiting rescue several hours into the early morning, getting plucked to safety by fire trucks, with several people being taken away on stretchers.
What?
Oh yeah, I mean, people were passed out, freaking out, fear, scared. They were. I just almost said the word scared.
I was scared.
I was scared. Get me out of here! I'm scared.
Hey man, I'm just a simple countryman. I'm scared of being in the air right now. What you said? You said several hours into the morning. Were they there for several hours, or was it just like early in the morning? Do you know that?
Well, the shutdown happened after park closed. People were going back to their hotels. They got stuck there, and it was till 2-3 o'clock in the morning before they were rescued.
Oh wow!
Right? Yes.
Hanging
over alligator-infested waters.
Can you imagine? I'm just gonna drop down.
Like, that's terrifying.
I mean, I wouldn't worry about falling off of those things, but after about 45 minutes, I would be just pissed, just infuriated.
You wouldn't worry about falling?
No. Oddly enough, I trust those stupid things.
I want to do like a study on you, because the things that you are afraid of and the things that you aren't make no sense to me in my brain.
Yeah.
You need a team of scientists 24/7.
Yes, I do.
Just dissecting you and asking you questions.
I really do. I need that very, very much. I'm a weird, I have a weird belief system. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, another incident with the Skyliner occurred this spring. In April, a gondola car crashed, luckily resulting in no injuries, when gondolas slammed into each other at the Hollywood Studios Skyliner station, spreading shattered glass flying around the area. So this just keeps happening.
I would have thought that they're like ski lift gondolas, where the it's sort of just spaced out. You can't. How do they hit?
Because a ski lift gondola goes by at the same. Well, no. It comes off, they travel really fast through the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when they get to the station, they have to slow down, and sometimes they have to even come to a near stop in order to let people with disabilities on. And so what happens is, when it comes into the station, it switches to a slower moving cable that is only goes around the station. And I think what's happening is these things are coming in so fast, and this is all speculation, but whatever the mechanism I think is that takes it from the fast cable to the slow cable is like getting all, and then they just slam into each other.
Speculationradio.us.
Right. Well, whatever is happening, it's not working 100%
No,
of the time.
It's not working.
Yeah, because that's the thing. When you come into one of those stations, you feel like it's like, is this thing going to slow down? And it slows down right at the last minute. It's a little scary, but you probably would not find that scary at all.
No, I'm a ski lift, experienced young man, dude. I would figure, but then also I would be going, I just put my faith in the fact that this is built, it's over-engineered probably. It's not gonna, and then boom, I get smashed in and I get taken away in a stretcher. So, you have a good point where it's like, now after the second incident, it's probably time to be concerned when you're on that ride if you're gonna walk away from this or not.
Right. Like, that's what's so confounding to me about you, though, is that you're like, yeah, no, I trust it because it's built really well. It's like you're in the middle of the third crash. Like, what does that tell you? It's not built well.
Yeah. However, I have a massive fear of flying. So there's that. I refuse, but I have this is why I haven't ever been to England. I desperately want to go because I don't want to fly. I'm nervous about it. But gondola, sure. Why not?
Yeah. Well, maybe you should sail on the QE2.
Maybe I should. I don't even know what that is.
That's they do transatlantic crossings. You can get to England by boat.
Yeah, but what does it take?
Queen Elizabeth II.
Takes a while, right?
5 days, 7 days.
That's a lot,
depending on the route.
Yeah,
I would actually really like to do it. I've talked about it with some friends, like try to figure it out, but
maybe I don't know. That would be fun. The problem is like I still have to get over there to you to New York. I mean, that's only 6 hours.
But you'd have to drive.
Oh my God!
You could drive. Imagine? You could drive to New Jersey to the port. And then you sail. You're traveling like they did in like the 1920s.
That's right. I would love that.
You could be like Walt and take the train across country.
I would like to do a
Scotch Miss.
I would love to do a train trip, to be honest with you. There's apparently a really nice one up up to the Pacific Northwest. It's like 3 days. You just hang out on the train, watch everything go.
Yeah, by. I think it sounds wonderful to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, you got another one?
Yeah, you're done.
I'm done with that one.
Well, let's talk about shark infested. Let's talk about alligator infested waters with another infestation that nobody really sees, and apparently it is blowing people's minds. So there was a TikToker who posted a video saying that like I can't. This is why there's no mosquitoes at Disney World. See, God bless it. Now I can't find that article. Stupid. All right. Well, look, I was going to, I'll just cut this out. Let's switch to, speaking of another infestation, Jeremy, I guess that's my subtle segue. Right. Bad parents on TikTok or on Facebook rather. I think this is really interesting just to, have a little goss, a little jaw session. But there's been a series of viral TikToks exposing a Facebook group, a Disney Facebook group for just like weird parenting. There was a mother who was forcing her son to save his own money for meals in the park. The group is called the Secret Disney Group. It's a Facebook page, like I said, and there was one post in this thread that was just sort of sad and ignited the ignited the internet. And says, "Hi, I'm Luke and I'm 10 years old. If you are at Walt Disney World, can you please take a picture of the menu of whatever restaurant you are at and post it? We are going in January and I'm saving my money to buy my food. I need to know how much it's going to cost. Thank you very much." Several people in the comment section took issue with Luke's mother, Sarah, concerned that she would not be providing her child with adequate meals while on their trip. This person says, "If Luke doesn't save enough money, will he be fed?" And then Sarah, the mom, replies, "Yep, PB&J sandwiches are da bomb." So I think this person's going, okay, look, Luke, if you want to eat something other than peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you have to save your own money for food. Another woman named Cindy says, "Why is he buying his own food?" Her only other post on this site is to mail him maps. So the mom posted in the Facebook group to mail her son maps of Disney World. Another woman called Mary said, "I'm actually confused. He'll need hundreds of dollars to dine at Disney. Most 10-year-olds I know do not have that cash flow." And the video quickly struck a chord with TikTok viewers who watched the video more than 159,000 times. And many were sharing their own stories from the Disney Facebook groups that they are in. Someone says, "Honestly, the worst pass holder group I've been in is the one for Busch Gardens. I've been in this group for years, and it's so dramatic most of the time. Super entertaining, though." Which sounds like Disney group. Sounds like every passionate group. Most of it's going to be annoying complaining. The secret Disney drama is literally the best entertainment. I've never seen people get more upset than someone asking for a Photoshop. I guess that's a popular thing to like, hey, Photoshop this person out of my background or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. But much like those in the Facebook group, several expressed concern that a 10-year-old is being forced to pay for his own meals. I can't describe what about this bothers me, but it does. Imagine being a server and the family asks for a separate check for a 10-year-old kid. Anyway, so I wanted to get your feedback on that. I feel like it's weird asking your 10-year-old to buy food, but it's also weird in this context of like it's just pulled from a Facebook group with no context. Maybe the kid wants to eat at a specific, like do specific expensive foods, and their family just can't afford it.
Well, this is the problem. I don't think we have enough information. Like maybe it's like a kind of a thing that they do in their house. Like, okay, we're going to teach you how to manage money. And like the way we're going to do it is we're going to go. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to let the kids starve. Maybe It's just like an interesting experiment and like say like, hey, why don't you do a little research, figure out how much money you need to save up, how much you would want to spend, and then let him do it. I don't know. I don't think in a vacuum it's bad parenting. I think if like they're doing this all the time, it might be maybe a little excessive. Or if they were going to say like, I guess you're washing dishes in the kitchen because you get like, I'm not sure. I'm sure that's not happening, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with teaching a child that like the things that you have, including food, require that you budget and make money for it. Right. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'd rather them teach that lesson than like, why don't you make an Instagram account and take 100 selfies? Like this is actually seems like it's actually productive. So I don't know.
Yeah,
on
kid,
its own, I'm kind of okay with it.
Open up a thirst trap on Instagram, bro. Like, come on. Yeah, it's I don't have a problem with it either. And this is sort of why I brought it up, because we do like internet drama here on this show a lot.
Yeah.
And I just feel like the confusion maybe comes from the kid, where he's like, hey, you know, he doesn't know that you can just go to the Disney Parks blog or the Disney webpage and look up the menu for whatever restaurant you want, and then you can go and see what you want and budget for it. And that's fine. I agree with you. I think children should be taught that at an early age to budget for what they want, for toys, for whatever. So I think people were just, I don't know, a lot of people like to parent shame, you know, just in general. And I feel like these people are just sort of getting pooped on for no reason. I mean, you know, they're trying to teach their kid proper money management, but it does skew a little weird out of context going, hi, can you guys post photos of the menu items so I can look and manage my my money? That sounds a little bit, you know, suspect for sure. But I think the reality is I think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a different sort of thing. I've never seen anything like that. Like I definitely could relate to more like you're going to buy all your own souvenirs. Food is an odd one at, it seems at that age, but also like if I'm not above parent shaming. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to pick the parents who won't make their kid shut up when I'm at the pool and this is a shared community. Or, you know, like, no, or, you know, the kids are splashing. Or when your kids are bothering other people and you don't do anything, that's who should be shamed, not the kids who are like earning some money.
Yeah, and you know, and again, there is so much information that we don't have. And Melissa in the chat points out, you know, she's like, if this sort of thing is a punishment, it's not a good thing. But the fact that the mom said her PB&J sandwiches are great, that seems like you're only going to get PB&J sandwiches. So I feel like communication in that family probably needs a little bit of work, especially on social media where things can get taken the wrong way. Yeah, I don't know. But my favorite part about that is that was on Newsweek. And it's like, this is a Newsweek article that is written and is a thing that exists now. It's like, this is where we've come to, is reporting on viral videos of TikTok that are reporting on screenshots of a Facebook group. This is our news cycle. Welcome to it.
Right. Or also, how about the shaming of why is your family's business happening over social media? Like, why is this all happening in front of all of us? Like,
why is your
just do your thing and keep it offline?
Yeah. Why is your 10-year-old posting in this group? Why is your 10-year-old on Facebook?
Yeah, there's so many other ways to shame these parents. It's not about the spending.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right, Jerry, you have one more?
Yes.
Let's go.
This is somewhat rumory, but it would appear. I know you don't like this, but well, I'm taking facts. It would appear fireworks are inching ever closer to return at Walt Disney World. Last week, guests in the Epcot Resort area posted videos of fireworks and lighting appearing in the sky above World Showcase at Epcot throughout the night. One video posted on Instagram by the website WDW Magic showed a 19-minute long display, which they claim was a full run-through of the new show Harmonious.
Wow.
Others with similar videos claim the sounds of Disney music can be faintly heard coming from Epcot during these pyrotechnics, including the song Arabian Nights from Aladdin, as well as music from Moana and Beauty and the Beast. To be sure, an anonymous cast member has divulged to yours truly that a communication was sent out to Epcot cast members stating that fireworks testing would be ongoing after park hours nightly for the month of June. It cautioned that the fireworks seen are not necessarily indicative of any final product and are just tests. There have also been rumors swirling on Twitter and on various Disney blogs over the last 2 days that claim multiple sources in the parks, both at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, are expecting fireworks to return in early July.
Wow.
So, there's a lot happening. There's no denying that these fireworks are going off every night over Epcot because you can see them and hear them from miles around. So seems like things are happening.
That's crazy.
It's cray. But the question is, I'm trying to figure out, if they bring back fireworks, will they be able to get Harmonious up and running by early July? Or are they going to crowbar that old Epcot Forever thing all around those barges? I don't know what's happening.
I don't think they know either. I mean, I'm sure they do, but that's wild, man. Well, here's my main story for the day, Jeremy. Of course, the latest land at the Disneyland Resort, Marvel's Avengers Campus. I think that's the name. I don't really care enough to make sure that I got it right. Opened to the public on June 4th. And needless to say, the lines were out of this world. Of course, anything new in the Disney Universe games garners long lines, and Avengers Junior College campus was no exception. People were already lining up by 3 a.m., hoping to see their favorite superheroes stand 6 feet away from them. By 7:15, apparently the line was about half a mile long and switched back 17 times. As of 1:30 that afternoon, the lines were a bit more reasonable, and by that I mean they were actually in DCA, running down towards the Golden Zephyr. So all the way up Cars Land, all the way down past Little Mermaid to the Golden Zephyr at 1:30 in the afternoon. No shade. You've been in that park in the summer. It's just a boiler.
Yeah, that's
no airflow.
Really far, the Zephyr.
Yeah, for sure. Which is poor Zephyr. It's probably the most attention that ride has gotten in years.
Yeah, from Avengers to Zephyr.
That's right. Apparently it took about 3.5 hours to actually get into the land, and then you're waiting another hour in line for the ride, and it's just this whole thing. And then when you get there, it's there's really nothing to do because they only have one ride. Anyway.
Also, I hate the word Zephyr.
It's a weird name.
Sorry.
And also golden. There's nothing golden about it. The Zephyrs are silver and red.
Right, but at least saying the word golden doesn't make me sick. But when the word Zephyr comes out of my mouth, it's just that's weird. It's gross. I don't like it.
The land is, by all accounts, a hit. So much so that it's drawing massive comparisons with Star Wars Land for the obvious reasons. Both are set in an IP universe that was acquired and not created by Disney, and they both push the boundaries of what a themed land can be. From the well-crafted immersion of the world to the deeper storylines to, hey, we have a ride coming eventually. Apparently there's going to be another ride in Marvel Avengers Campus, but it's not open yet. Exactly what happened with Star Wars Land. There was a virtual queue for the Spider-Man ride with slots filling up within seconds at both the 7 a.m. and noon opportunities to get a boarding pass. So wildly popular on opening day, of course, as we all knew that it would. The weird part about Marvel Land is that the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is now part of Avengers Campus. So you can only access it from Marvel Land, from what I'm reading. I don't know for sure because I wasn't there, but that means if you can't get into the land, if you're waiting in line, you can't go to one of the only handful of actual thrill rides in DCA. So for this opening, and what did they reach capacity in the land, I guess, or whatever, you're going to be unable to ride Guardians of the Galaxy until things sort of mellow out. I find that
Terrence wouldn't like that. I feel like he's very into flow.
Terrence?
It sounds like there's no flow.
Yeah, there's no flow here.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
We gave up how many attractions to get this one?
Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, you have the restaurant, the Pym's Test Kitchen, which actually sounds cool. You have the Web Slingers ride, which is, sounds neat,
Right.
but it's like a 3-minute ride. And so you're waiting. Imagine you're waiting 3 or 4 hours to get into the place, waiting in line. And then you wait 45 minutes in line. So it's like a 4-hour wait, 5-hour wait for 3-minute, ride. Is that worth it? I don't know. I would just rather wait a month and then the demand is down. But that's me. I don't know. I understand people have different priorities.
I just feel like we had that area had 3 attractions. It had the Bugs Life movie.
Yep. Oh, it had more.
Heimlich.
Yep. The bumper cars.
Flying around in Chinese food containers.
Yep.
I loved that one.
Yep.
And now we have
the bumper car. Yeah, so we had 4. Well, we're going to get 2 apparently, but there's also the character. Here, let me finish and we can
okay, sorry.
Talk about it. It's all right. The land does take place at a very specific moment in time, unlike the Star Wars land. But that moment is tied to the Spider-Man ride and not to any of the movies or comic books. The premise of Web Slingers is that spider bots that you can buy at the web supplier's store are uncontrollably multiplying, as robots do, and you have to save the campus from having the robot bugs totally overtake it. To that end, there are spider bots all over the place, even outside the ride. Other than that, there's no real suggestion of a timeline or even a strong storyline in Avengers Campus, which leaves the doors open for more character interaction than we see in Star Wars land currently. So this, you have Doctor Strange and you have the people from Wakanda and you have all these people hanging around that you don't really have. I mean, you have the stormtroopers cruising around and like Kylo Ren, but cool. Great.
Yeah.
Whatever. In Marvel Land, though, however, there are a lot of Easter eggs in the lands, as you'd expect. This comes from a Instagram account, Philander C85. He says, above web slingers and web suppliers, you'll find what looks like small cell phone towers. You'll see that the letters and numbers are arranged uniquely to showcase the names of Imagineers. Inside the web slingers pre-show, you'll also find a can that says WDI 1401, which is a nod to their home location on 1401 Flower Street in Glendale. At this point, though, it's sort of like these are just so obvious and like boring. How boring is that? Let's put our address on here. We're going to get Tony Baxter's friggin' shoe size on a can now in 10 years. Like, who cares? That's not even a cool thing. Whatever. He goes on. Tons of references exist that honor what became before Avengers Campus. Massive Christmas lights hanging over Pym's tasting lab mimic the lights that hung during the holiday season in A Bug's Land. I'm sure that is not the reason why they have the friggin' Christmas light. I can't imagine. Feel like that's just a coincidence, but whatever.
Totally.
In the Web Slingers pre-show, a claw machine in the corner holds a pair of 3D glasses from the former resident. It's tough to be a bug. That's kind of neat, I guess. And the test kitchen, a giant ketchup and mustard bottle, referenced the year DCA opened in 2001, and Bountiful Valley Farms, a former land adjacent to the campus. This person's favorite, although apart from Heimlich's choo-choo train inside of Web Slingers. So, they're tying some stuff in. Many things hint at the story of Tony Stark taking over his father's old compound from the 1940s. An antiquated map uses the surrounding DCA area for fun references like the Stark Vineyards point towards wine country Trattoria, and the scrapping being Mater's junkyard. And the scrapyard being Mater's junkyard. That's cool. It's cute, I guess. Old signs also showcase the parking spaces of Peggy, Howard, and Edwin. Those are characters in Iron Man, I guess. Pym's test.
Edwin was was Uncle Albert in Mary Poppins. Oh. That was the actor. Is it EDWINN or WYNN?
No.
Oh, well, never mind.
Edwin is like a first name. Pym's test kitchen and lab has some fun with nods to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Scott and Hope's phones have grown to an enormous size and display the menus outside. Above the soda cans on the bread ties on the left and right have the birthdays of Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly. Who cares? Who cares? Just outside the lab, you'll find Scott's huge beer can that says Silver Age 1956, which is a nod to the Silver Age of comic books. That's a stupid one. These are dumb. Anyway, More Marvel references exist in web slingers like the lockers of other WEB inventors, Miles Morales, Gwen Stacy, Moon Girl, America Chavez, Ironheart, and Casey Lang. Never heard of any of these words. There's also a bulletin board that highlights other Marvel-themed lands in Hong Kong and Paris. So a lot going on over there in Marvel Avengers Junior College campus, which is what I like to call it because I think it's funny, and I'm just going to run that joke into the ground. And that's it for me.
I didn't even realize it was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it for me, brother.
All right. Well, that was another one.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. You live folks, I really appreciate it, and for you podcast people, I appreciate it as well. If you want more content like this, of course, we have other shows to listen to, like I don't know, you know what they are. You can go to our website, earsup-podcast.com. Of course, go to our. I just realized I forgot to. Okay. I forgot to do the 21st Amendment ad. I was having so much fun.
Oh, man.
I know. So anyway.
You just have to cut it in.
Yeah, I'll have to cut it in, I guess. Or I'll just, I'll have to cut it in. Oh, that hurts. I hate doing that. But whatever.
Will they even know if we didn't do it one time?
Well, I'll know.
Isn't it enough that we're talking about it now?
No.
Guys, go to the 21st Amendment.
Yeah, maybe it is.
They have beer, and they have a new, they have Heller High beer.
Watermelon beers. And you know
Right.
what? Actually, Heller High Watermelon is coming around. And speaking of that, Jeremy, Taryn and I were sort of thinking, like, if you want to order, if local people want to order those Mai Tai glasses, which will be up by the time this show posts, I think they'll be up on Etsy. I don't know yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll just post the show today. Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. If you order it locally, maybe we can just do like a meetup at the 218 in San Leandro. Very different towns. You can pick up your glass there, and we'll do like a mild meet and greet, provided that you're vaccinated. And we'll do that. We'll have a beer at the 21st Amendment.
Well, I can't go.
No. Not yet, but if the next time
I guess I could.
I mean, you can. The next time you come out here, though, we'll just do it again. Because we have a lot of local listeners, and I think that could be fun.
How fun would it be to do a big thing at 21st Amendment with, like, all of us?
I think that'd be cool. I've thought about it. I just don't know how many people would show up. Because if I tell Sully, hey, brother, we're going to let's do an event. And would we do a show or just like a meetup?
Whatever. Do a show and a meetup.
My default is always to perform.
Yeah, we know.
I know. It's that. This is why I do what I do. This is why this is my job. It's because it's just my default. But like,
there's no reason we couldn't do a show.
No, you're right. But my concern is we have 8 people there, and it's like, man, I got to lug all this stuff out there, set it up, figure out what to do, and then like we rent the place out for 8 people. I don't know.
Don't they have like a back room? Don't they have like a side room, a smaller place?
No. It's basically like a wide open, like, I don't know. I'll talk to him about it. How about that? I mean, that was his original plan. Yeah, it's huge. Is to have like a small event space. It's a giant. It's the old Kellogg's factory, where they made Pop-Tarts and cornflakes and all. It's just like, it's like 3 city blocks, dude. It is massive.
So I can't believe that in 3 city blocks of a Kellogg's Pop-Tart building, there isn't one small little area that we could just have.
I bet we could. I'll talk to him about it. We'll see. We'll see. The problem is what Sully's really good at is separating his friendships from what the business can offer. And I feel like you have to do that, especially when you're that big and you have a brewery. You're going to get everybody wanting beer and whatever. So if I ever need to rent the space out, he just goes, well, talk to the event planner. And, and
you're like,
that's never the same. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, whatever. But I'll talk to him about it and we'll see. They're very cool over there. They're very accommodating. They do whatever they can to, we do a memorial golf tournament, and we every year afterwards we go to the 218 and have like 90 people there. So they're really good about accommodating larger groups of people. So it's fun. It's a good time. But anyway, there you go. 21st Amendment Moon Boots IPA out now.
Yeah, and it probably comes in cans.
It does come in cans. That's right. And then we also have a bunch of new T-shirts on the Etsy page. Go to etsy.com/shop/coveyears. I guess you can follow it for alerts. I don't know, whenever we post something new, when the Mai Tai glasses go up. But we have this shirt, the Fantasyland shirt that I'm wearing currently right now, which is great. Also, Matt Tedish did this. And we have the new weenie shirt from the Supreme Resort. So you can go wear a weenie castle. And
that shirt is in poor taste.
Well, I don't know if you get it, but the castle is a weenie.
Yeah.
And then therefore we made it like a weenie shirt. All right. I don't know. Make Jimmy happy and buy a weenie shirt today. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys later. All right. All right. Facebook. No, we're not on Facebook. It's the other show. We're on YouTube. Bye, YouTube, guys. Thanks a lot, everybody.